Why is Mahomes never compared to Montana?
Do you think it's easier for him with the way that defenses have to play nowadays and how they're kind of handicapped? And
a lot of it felt like work, and a lot of it felt, like.
So we're back. A Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Dan and Ninko Show.
That was one of the worst Super Bowls I think I've ever seen.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
I fell asleep.
It was terrible.
I fell asleep. My 4-year-old came down. He said, "Dad, will you lay with me?" I was like, "All right." It was halftime. So the first half sucked. And I was like, "All right, I'll go lay with you." I wake up. I look at my phone. It's 2 a.m. So I'm like, damn, I wonder who won that game. I wonder who won. So I looked it up. Shit, I lost from the hockey puck. Damn it.
The hockey puck.
That gave you the win for the year.
I should have went with them anyway because you knew the NFL was going to rig it that way. You know the Chiefs in 3 Super Bowl wins now have never had a holding penalty called on them?
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members-only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
There was a few holdings in that game.
A few.
I think they tackled Bosa on one of the plays.
Yeah,
they wrapped him up, and then he ran out and he fell.
Is Kyle Shanahan the biggest choke artist in the world now in coaching?
No.
What? Are you kidding me?
Damn. I feel... Here's why. Okay, I'm not going to say it. The reason why I feel so bad for Kyle Shanahan, you don't want to have that tagged on you. And that feeling that he has right now, he's probably sick. He's probably watching the tape, sick to his stomach, just saying to himself, damn, if we just had not screwed up that draft with the quarterback and didn't have Mr. Irrelevant playing for us, we probably win this game.
Was it really? It wasn't really.
Dude, did you see a couple of the wide open slants that if maybe he was a bigger dude or maybe he could see over the line, that he might have just been able to hit it?
You're going to have Mac Jones next year.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. But, so Brock Purdy didn't lose them the game. I'm not saying that. But he could have made a couple.
Calling cost them the game.
Yes. I said if they let Kelsey have over 5 catches, they lose. He had 9.
I don't understand how you
I said if you let Patrick Mahomes run for first downs, you will lose. He ran for 66 yards and a critical.
Big times. Big moments.
They lost. The defensive front for the 49ers lost them that game. I feel terrible for the Greenlaw.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He was so excited.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Everybody's like, well, look, it's from that. It's not from that. That's like years of tearing and it finally just pops.
It's everyone has a mile rating on your tire. So you could have 75,000 miles to your tread pattern. And you're going down the highway and you got 80,000 miles on that thing.
Yeah.
And you're hopefully it just doesn't take you off the road and flip you.
I was looking at a video of it. They were showing a lot of his practice videos.
Oh, he's on his toes.
And he's on his toes all the time.
But that's bullshit because I was always on my toes. I was always
it's
cutting
the movement that you have with it. A lot of times his leg is sideways on his toes, his foot.
I don't know. I always would say every single day, today's the day.
Just pet your Achilles.
I'd be in right before practice. I say, hey boys, this freaking Achilles is gonna roll up like a lampshade.
You're gonna hear it in the stands
or a window shade.
It's loud, right, when it pops.
Yeah, you think somebody hits you in the back.
Yeah. But you can hear it, though.
Window shade.
Other people can hear it, though, can't they?
The lampshade wouldn't make sense. A window shade.
Yeah. But you can hear it, though, sometimes, right?
Yeah, I've seen a few guys pop them,
yeah.
They, most people that tear it think somebody kicked them.
Yeah.
They look behind them. They think somebody hit them from behind.
Yeah.
And it's that violent rupture makes it feel like somebody punched you in the back of the
Aaron Rodgers one. It's just vibrating back and forth.
They always do that.
Yeah. I just think though when you tear the one, it's like you're almost guaranteed to tear the other one.
My buddy just called Rusty Benson, my buddy Ross Ventrone. We had a tips tournament. So basically, tips, basketball tips.
Yeah.
Guy on the free throw line, 2 guys down low.
That's not good for your Achilles.
No. Well, he jumped to tip it to his teammate because you can keep tipping as long as the ball's in the air. You can keep jumping. So the ball, like, he was messing around because they had won. So he was tipping it and jumping. Pow. Gone. And he just sat down and was like, oh no. And everyone knew. Terrible. That's a terrible. And then after they fix that, your Achilles, if you look at it, usually they're kind of thin, and then after they fix it, it's like thick.
Yeah, because don't they put like wire mesh
in
it?
They wire and then they go like this with it, so it's
only way to
stronger.
Put it back.
Yeah. Well, then I think Aaron Rodgers had like a different. They did like a bridge technique or something that helps it go like a quicker recovery.
Yeah, HGH too.
If you would, yeah, probably. But I think the biggest takeaway for me was the Dunkin' Donuts video with Ben Affleck.
It was terrible.
And Tom Brady.
It was terrible.
Wouldn't you think at a certain point, how much money do you think they invested in that commercial? How much money do you think?
Tons of money.
Do you think Tom got like $5 million?
Had to have.
Okay, so Tom Brady gets 5, Affleck gets 5, Damon, 5, J-Lo 5.
Yeah.
So then the airtime, whatever that costs.
$2 million, $3 million.
I think it's more. Wasn't it more than that?
Yeah.
Anyway, production cost, everything you have included. Maybe it's a 30.
I don't know how you ever make that.
Maybe it's a $30 to $40 million commercial. Doesn't everybody already know what Dunkin' Donuts is?
Yeah, they're fucking on every single fucking.
Yeah,
like
it's everywhere.
Here,
it's everywhere. Yeah. Dunkin' Donuts, and then you drive 2 blocks down the street, Dunkin' Donuts. I just don't see where the value is there. More people are gonna go get coffee now.
No,
because they saw.
How come Brady's face is frozen?
Could be.
It didn't move.
Could something that ends in X maybe? Starts with a B.
It was like, just. Like,
come on, you got to look stoned. You got to look handsome. Isn't that what you got to do as you get old? You got to age gracefully.
DJ Brady, right?
Patrick Mahomes. Everyone's going to talk about being the greatest of all time now.
I just don't understand how, so Brady was always compared to Montana, right? Like, it was always, is he beating out Montana yet? He had 3 Super Bowls. It's still, everybody was like, he doesn't beat him yet. They started talking about it on the 4th, and obviously by the 5th, 6th, like there was like, yep, he's out of there. Why is Mahomes never compared to Montana first? Why do you immediately go right to the top?
Tom took over, but
yeah, I know, but it was Brady, then Montana. Like,
okay,
Mahomes
so this
is first.
This is something that you observe across a couple sports actually, but for me. And I don't know about everyone out there listening and watching, but do you think that if you were a quarterback today, like Patrick Mahomes playing at the level that he plays at, very good football player, right? Do you think it's easier for him to get the yardage, to stay healthy, to throw over the middle for completions, to extend plays with the way that defenses have to play nowadays and how they're kind of handicapped and one hand behind their back. You can't jam. You can't touch anybody.
Destroyed.
You're not getting hit like you used to be. Yeah. Your receivers aren't getting smashed over the middle.
Yep.
So there's really, I would say that, and even in basketball, like think about when I was a kid, 100+ point basketball game was kind of rare.
Yeah, well, because you got punched in the face.
That's what I'm saying. But
armbar.
So if you were a basketball player in the 90s. In a basketball game, the points were probably 30 to 40 to 50 points less points in a game. Yeah. And now you watch a game, it's not crazy to see like 120
or 150 to 130.
120. So in football, you look at Travis Kelce. If you took Travis Kelce and put his career 10 years prior to all these rule changes,
he'd be almost nothing.
No, well, you
can't block.
Kill him over the middle, knock him out,
of
the physical side of it. So I almost feel like at what point do the records start to look skewed because it's so much easier to throw for how many thousand yards, to catch how many passes or how many touchdown passes versus, you're comparing all these statistics to quarterbacks that played in the 80s, 90s, earlier quarterbacks where they would literally bounce your head off the turf.
Yeah, no, I don't think you look at the stat side of it. I think you look at the Super Bowl win side of it, right? Like, because you're all on the same level, the teams you're playing against. You can't say that you're already saying that Mahomes is better than Brady when there is such a disparity on Super Bowl wins already.
Well, he's got 4 more to go.
That's what I mean. Like,
he actually has 5 more to go.
Yeah, 5 to beat him. Yeah,
but
that's what I mean. Like, you can't if he gets to like 6 or 5, you can maybe start like trying to say some stuff. But like, you're still a long way away.
I wonder. How old was Tom after his third?
I think they're around the same age,
right?
They?
Because it was 2004. They went to back. They had won.
So he was born. So in actually 77.
So they won 01, 03, 04.
Yeah. So
the Chiefs have actually won same amount, like 3 and 4 years, right?
Yeah, Brady was 27 when he won his third.
And then Patrick Mahomes is what, 28?
Yep.
So Patrick Mahomes is 28. So it's very similar. Now it will be interesting to see what do they do. It took Brady 10 years.
Yeah, I know.
Well, to win another one.
Yeah.
They got
he
back
went to
twice.
2 more, yeah.
And then they lost. We all know. 07.
Yep.
Tragedy. 11. Shit. And then in between it was AFC Championship game.
Every year, basically. Most years.
I actually posted this on my my Instagram. Oh, it's gone. Tooney. So Joe Tooney. Every single year.
He's been like in the Super Bowl, basically.
Has played in the Super Bowl.
Career.
That's insane.
I think he's only missed.
He missed the Super Bowl from injury, but
yeah,
that's wild.
Well, I mean, he did play. He ended the Patriots dynasty and then went right to the Chiefs beginning dynasty. So it's kind of there. I mean, you can't take away anything from Mahomes. Mahomes is a great quarterback. I just don't see how you can start putting him in the same level. Like they're talking about putting him in the same level as Michael Jordan.
He's still got a long way to go.
That's what I mean. Like
but isn't that what we do though? But isn't there a recency bias to a lot of the things that we see?
Yeah,
because you're looking at it, and when
Well,
Tom was playing, everyone was, that's the greatest ever play, blah, 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 blah. He retires. Mahomes is now playing. You're watching the things that he can do. And the impressive part for him that I think is pretty wild, his improv, like he can really get out of bad situations and make kind of chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yeah.
Just nothing's there.
Yep.
Scrambles a little bit, gets open, finds a spot, or runs for a first down. A lot of other quarterbacks, I mean, look at Josh Allen. Like, the dude is similar in a sense of skill set, but he scrambles around and he throws a pick.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's a tough thing to do. Mahomes is a great quarterback. Could easily go down as greatest quarterback of all time, but he's just not there yet. Like, it's not even, I don't think it's debatable yet. What do you think about the Travis Kelce bump on Andy Reid in the sidelines?
Crazy.
I mean, isn't that just terrible? Like, if you're a kid watching and
it's
like
probably
you're
more so.
that,
it's probably more so a bad look on what kids are looking at.
Yeah,
like that's not what you do. You don't go up to you'd never touch a coach.
I know. What would happen though if Gronk bumped Belichick like that? It'd be on his bench, right?
I don't think he plays. I think he's.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think he's. What the fuck are you doing?
Wouldn't matter if Super Bowl or not. Go sit down.
That was something I've never really seen before.
Yeah, you
now here's the
have
thing.
Like
here's the
Antonio
scary part.
Brown flipping out on the coach.
Here's the scary part. For Taylor, what if she makes a meal and it's
doesn't really like it?
What if it's not good and it's what if she burns the meatloaf?
Be shaking it off.
Is he gonna shake the shit? Hey, what are you doing? It's 350 for 15 minutes. What are you doing? You burnt it. You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
Or
I know she gets a glimpse into.
That's a little bit of the rage, right? Is that like Can't Stop My Rage?
What movie is that? A Wedding Crashers. It's a glimpse into life like Tina Turner.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Oh boy. That's a bad look. And he came out and he said something like, I was telling him you got to believe in me.
Yeah.
But then you look at his lips and he's like,
you fucking take me out, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's not you got to believe in me, coach. I can do it. Put me in the game.
Yeah, but I mean, a hip check. Andy Reid's
he
an old man.
Fell down.
What if he broke his hip?
The old man almost fell down.
What if he broke
Imagine
his hip?
if he fell, though.
I know.
Imagine if he fell down.
What do you do then? Shouldn't the NFL be fining Travis Kelce for that, though? The Chiefs should be.
Contract. Well, guess what? They won the Super Bowl. If they would have lost, it would have been bad look.
Well,
bad look. But he's going to be 35 years old. At what point is he getting old as shit? He's 35.
I wouldn't be surprised if he retires.
Isn't he this? No, he's not going to retire. He's
I don't know.
Raking in the dough right now.
Making
he's
more
on
money
every
off
commercial.
The field than on the field.
Yeah, every commercial. Every single thing.
That's what I mean. You make more money though not playing football.
Oh, like if he didn't.
Yeah,
no. I mean, you could do both. You could literally do your commercials, do all your advertising.
They signed that wedding license. What's he worth then?
Oh, you talk about the lawyers that he'd be going through, interrogations, and sign here, sir. Oh, if it doesn't work, guess what? You get everything you had prior, nothing.
Yeah, but it would still be like $100 million on top of that. You get everything. It's just that they have like a settlement on it, a predisposed settlement.
I don't know about that.
If
somebody's a billionaire,
I guarantee,
and you're like worth
what's $100 million to her?
If you're worth like
what's $100 million to her?
Nothing. Just throw it in a bucket.
That's what I mean.
That's crazy.
Like that whole thing is.
We were both young when I first saw you.
Yeah, I know. And after she'd be able to put out tons of albums, she'd double her net worth after the Travis Kelce divorce.
I can't believe I dated a guy with a hairline, lined up white guy. You just line him up, fade him up, goatee.
Yeah. Did you see that video that
Malibu's Most Wanted?
There was a pregame, like a Super Bowl thing before the game, like a party or whatever, and Patrick Mahomes' wife is like standing there.
Oh, I saw that.
They won't let the brother in.
No, she was literally just like,
she went dancing.
She was like, whatever. Hey, I mean, I'm sure he got a memo like, please stay away from Taylor and your sister-in-law because you have a legal issue with forcibly kissing somebody and somewhere.
There's the mugshot right there.
The dad's in jail, or the dad just got like...
He's out. I mean, he's got his like third or fourth DUI or something like that.
It's so bad. Oh, here it is. Is this it?
That's it right there.
Oh, you can't... No, you can't.
Look.
Oh, look. Oh, no. Oh, that's disappointing. That's my brother.
He said, like, I'm Patrick Mahomes' brother.
Look at
Look at that. You just watch.
I don't care. I think she said I don't care. What does her lips say right here? Hey, look, does he say, "Oh, hey, that's my sister-in-law." He comes in, look,
he says, like,
look,
my brother's Patrick
Mahomes. I don't care, man. And then look at her. She's probably like, "Hey, whatever." And then, I don't care.
I said, "Oh well." I think it was like, "Oh well."
She could have easily said that's
shot there to the right.
So bad. So bad.
That's fucking funny.
That's a messed up movie. What is that? Revolution? No, not Revolution Road. With Leonardo DiCaprio. Shutter Island.
Yeah,
oh, it's a good movie. I fucking hate that movie.
That's another thing. The biggest plot twist in movie history.
That was crazy.
There's also The Sixth Sense.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
that was a really crazy one.
Yeah, I think those are the two best, right?
The plot twist.
Yeah,
yeah. That was the Shutter Island really had me because I for real was like
Sixth Sense had me though.
Sixth Sense. That really got me at the end.
Yeah,
that was really good. I need to rewatch. I need to rewatch Sixth Sense. But the only problem is those are the movies that have an amazing plot twist like that. You really only can watch them once because you know what the plot twist is. When you watch it for the first time, you're blown away.
Yeah,
and then you watch it again, you're like, oh yeah, he's a ghost. He's a ghost.
Yeah, Fight Club's a good one.
Fight Club's great.
Yeah,
they
have the video of them.
So, but I still like to rewatch Fight Club because I think it's obviously a classic. But the plot twist on that one, very good plot twist on that. What's one with a bad guy? What's a good plot twist with a bad guy?
Psycho, the original one, the '60s one.
That's a good one. He's the actual psycho with the hair.
Yeah.
And the mom's a mummy upstairs.
A mummy.
Oh, mother. Mother's been dead for years.
Look at this list. They have friggin' they rank them, and they have Shutter Island as number 28.
What's number 1? I'm curious.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense is number 1?
Yeah. So they have it as, which I actually agree with Sixth Sense number 1. I think my number 2 would be Shutter Island. But they have it as Empire Strikes Back. The Luke, I Am Your Father. Which, I mean, that's like one scene. Like I look at when you're saying it as this, like the whole movie changes because of this one thing. I don't think the whole movie changes because he's the father. Psycho is number 3. The Usual Suspects is number 4.
Usual Suspects. It's a good one.
Yeah. Number 5 on this list is Fight Club.
Fight Club.
Number 6, Inglourious Bastards.
I don't know about that one. That one's what's that? A Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah.
Those are always like out there. A little bit.
Arrival is number 7, which I've seen that. I don't think that was too much of a plot twist. Movie. It kind of. Did you see it?
I thought Gone Girl was good. Do
you know what Arrival is?
I've seen yeah.
That's the one where it's like the future.
Yes.
So she thinks her daughter died, but she didn't die yet. She dies in the future.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That's
Malignant. I don't know what that is. Number 8. Saw number 9.
Coco? They got Coco on this thing?
What?
Coco? Come on. Coco?
What the fuck?
Come on. What are we doing? That just makes the list.
7. That's a good one.
7's a good one. 7's a good one.
That's your Cam Newton one.
7, yeah. Come on. What's in the box?
Planet of the Apes is a good one.
Yeah.
They realize they're on.
I don't know if okay, Fight Club, I get that one, number 5. I don't know. Usual Suspects, okay, yeah, good. Psycho, yeah, okay, we know that one. Star Wars, whatever. I'm not a nerd. Sixth Sense, yeah. I like Sixth Sense.
Shutter Island's got to be way up.
Shutter Island's got to take away Coco.
I think
you got to overtake Coco. Like, come on, you got Coco and you got that above Shutter Island. What are we doing? I don't know if I.
Yeah, that list is terrible.
That's a
terrible list.
It has the movies that we like on it, but
they're ranked completely wrong.
No,
Shutter Island's one of the best plot twists there is.
Yeah, that's.
I just think Sixth Sense is number 1 just because it was before Shutter Island.
Yeah.
And
Shutter Island had me shook though, because I was, and then when they got into the whole process of the wife, and oh my god.
Then at the end when he gets lobotomized, basically.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay, I'm good. I know it. And then he just walks right over and does it again.
Lobotomies.
That freak you out?
Yeah. How stupid were we?
You ever see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah. Let's just shove a piece of metal in your frontal lobe up your eye with a hammer, and you'll be perfectly fine. We're just going to scramble the front of your brain. We're going to scramble the front of your brain, and you won't have any thoughts after this.
Because you become docile. Then. It's just, they take the ice pick and you just fix you. All right, well, that's our movie section there. But you see the new the Dynasty thing comes out on Friday. The new Patriots thing on Apple.
Yeah,
You
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I want to see what it is.
Did you see the article on The Athletic?
No, I didn't.
So they called. Where is it? I'll read the exact quote. ESPN made local headlines last month when a story following Belichick's departure from the Patriots quoted someone referring to this forthcoming documentary as an infomercial for Kraft's Pro Football Hall of Fame candidacy.
I mean, come on. I don't know if that's true. Was he just trying to highlight? Well, okay, let's see what this is. The untold. Me and Coach Belichick, we loved and competed for 20 years together.
That's from Brady.
Oh, that's Brady. Okay.
But I wasn't going to sign another contract in New England, even though I wanted to play until I was 50, based on how things had gone. I wasn't going to sign up for more of it. They also talk about, there's a clip where Gronk pulls up he said he would pull up in the parking lot and debate if he was even going to go in the building or not.
What's this? Players included...
Matthew Slater said it was brutal to play for Belichick, which I don't understand. I don't see him saying that. I think that one's taken out of context.
Get out of his car to go into work.
Yeah. Wes Welker compared Brady to an abused dog for continually going back to work for Belichick.
How about all the heat that I take for some of my takes? And people are like, well, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. Ninko just wants to get credit for... Why don't we watch the documentary? We'll see how it goes. Let's just watch it. Let's watch some of it. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay?
The weird thing is...
Hightower coming back. Linebackers coach. Inside. You going to get him a car?
No. And then they have, who's the outside linebackers coach? The guy just got fired from the Giants or something?
Yeah, the Giants. He was with the Ravens.
So doesn't it appear like the coaches are like the bargain basement things? Like everybody's talked that Belichick was the one, right, to get like fired coaches to pay less money and all that. It seems like it's maybe a company philosophy.
I will find out.
But that's what everybody is. Everybody's fired from somewhere and other people are paying for them to be here.
Are the people from the offensive side all fired? I don't know, like what's OC? Van Pelt?
Yeah, Van Pelt.
Was he fired in Cleveland or was his contract up?
I thought he was fired. Or maybe his contract was up.
We as a team will find out, and as a fan base we'll find out.
January 17th, Cleveland Browns have fired offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt.
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members-only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
Oh, really? So he's probably still under contract, and it'll be interesting to see what free agency brings.
You think you're going to spend any money?
They got a lot of money to spend. Don't they have to spend a certain amount of money in free agency? Isn't there a rule that you have to spend a certain percentage of your salary cap? I thought the salary cap has a strict rule on the percentage that you can...
What?
That you have to spend. You can't just not spend.
Yeah, but you can fluff it that way, right? Because you could just say that I'm going to convert your money to a signing bonus right now to put it against the cap. There's a difference between cap spending and cash spending. Cap is just how you're structuring the contract. Same way you could give somebody $20 million, but you could defer some of it out so the cap hits only like $10 million. But you could do the same thing if you gave somebody like a 2-year, $30 million contract. You could put $30 million against your cap in 1 year on that.
But they have a ton of cap room right now. Don't they have like one of the top 5 cap space teams in the league right now?
Yeah.
I think they're top 5.
I think, well, when they release J.C. Jackson, they might be number 1. Because when they release him, it frees up $15 million or something like that because his contract's not guaranteed. I think they'll have like if they release him, I think they have like $80 million.
We'll see if they spend it.
Think they're going to spend it?
They got to spend it on a tackle.
2.
What if in their draft process they have an idea for a tackle? You wouldn't want to. I would kind of want to pay a tackle and get a young tackle. I wouldn't want to pay 2 tackles.
Would you take a tackle at 3?
No, but I would take a tackle at some point in the second round.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like I would rather pay the guy that we already have on our team, keep him around.
Oh, when you
pay him, draft a second round tackle, draft a tight end. Draft you can find a decent tight end in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever. Pay maybe trade for a receiver with the ability to pay him. You need a big time receiver. So
the problem is they need a lot.
They need a lot.
It's all on the offense. They don't need really anything defensively.
The defense, they could use a couple pass rushers like
but
kids.
I mean you can find situational.
I think
pass
is
rusher.
Uche a free agent?
Yeah,
he's a free agent.
Yeah.
So
he wants like $15 million a year or something.
Somebody might give it to him. You get the quarterback, you can get money, you can get paid. He had a good year. Did he have 10 sacks last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he had 10 sacks last year.
I thought he had a great year last year. You know, he was hurt this year, right? Middle of the road.
He's hurt every year.
If you can get to the quarterback, dude, you get paid, especially in this league. What's he got? 18 and a half. And he's super young. He had 3 this year.
3 sacks this year, 11 and a half in 2022.
Yeah, he had 11 and a half last year. People are going to pay him for that. They would say on your contract year, the amount of sacks you could try to get out of your contract. So if that was he could try to be from the 11 to whatever range per year. Because sacks they're about $1 million per sack.
Yeah. So what do you think they're going to do in the draft? Think they're going to draft quarterback at number 3?
I think they'll draft a quarterback, yeah.
Kind of have to.
They said that they're going to trade Mac, or that's not a report said that they're willing to trade or move him.
If they could get like a 5th round, 6th round pick, I think they're going to trade him. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. I was reading one report. They were talking about trading Mac Jones for Zach Wilson.
No, don't do that.
I think Mac Jones
got a better arm.
I think Mac Jones might end up on the Steelers.
Maybe. I mean, Zach. The only thing about Zach Wilson, the dude's got a cannon.
Yeah, but he's got a problem in his head.
He probably hit his head too much on the turf. Remember the time he got KO'd bad?
Yeah.
Didn't he? Remember he was type in Zach Wilson BYU. Zach Wilson gets killed BYU. Zach Wilson BYU tackled. No, it's he's in blue.
I'm gonna get a beer.
Oh yeah. Go to Zach Wilson BYU interception. No.
What do you want? You want lager or the 7 rings or whatever, 6 rings?
Say hit hard. Hit hard. What's that?
You want this or the 6 rings?
I'll do the. Did we already?
We've done this.
We've done that one.
We
Did the 6 rings?
rings?
We got to do one. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. I think. Watch Zach Wilson this one. Oh, I'm gonna try that one then. I'll do that one.
This one's the best one.
Yeah, do it. No, it's just slow-mo. No, that's not it. He throws an interception and he just gets like pancake 3 times in a row. It's so bad. Like terribly. Like smack. Whoa. Oh my gosh. He fumbled.
That was crushed.
That's good beer. Champ Lager, baby.
This is one of our highest rated ones.
I know. Tastes good. No, I
That
don't.
one's really good.
He was in. I remember he was away. It was in his Blues, so it might not. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, he might be broken from the Jets. His Jets days.
Max broken from his Patriots days.
All right, so the Patriots, they have a big opportunity right now to change the future of this franchise based on one number 3 pick. One pick.
Yeah, but
could either make your franchise.
It's either a quick rebuild or like
a quick
fucking
like
you're the Jets.
they're close, or
You're the
8, 9, 10, a long time.
Yeah.
With maybe multiple different regimes. It depends on. I would say that this is the biggest draft since the 2010 draft. After 2009, when they had a tough year, they lost all those guys, and they brought in so much talent.
You didn't 100% need that draft the way you need this one.
No, well, you had Tom.
But you have to hit on your first 3 picks in this draft.
You have to hit on a quarterback.
And tackle and receiver.
You have to hit
on all 3.
You have to hit a home run on the number 3 pick, no matter who it is.
If they
quarterback,
take it
tackle.
What if they trade back?
Well, whatever they pick in the first round has to be a good football player.
What if they keep trading back?
It can't be. No, we're not doing that. We're not going to keep trading back. No, we're not doing that. We're going to pick a first round pick.
What now, if they take a tackle,
I don't mind if you take a first round tackle.
It's a 3rd pick.
No, that would bother me. That would bother me. Don't take a 3rd.
But
overall.
Even trading back and going back to 10 and drafting a tackle.
No. I either want an insane receiver at 3, or trade back with Chicago or something. Let Chicago take a quarterback, try to get Fields, and then take a receiver.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's what I would think would be a good.
To me, that's like drafting though, right? Because if you traded like your 2nd round pick for Fields, it's like you picked Fields with your 2nd round pick.
Yeah,
kind of.
Now that to me would make sense.
I wouldn't
drafting
be opposed to like drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. though, and then taking like Bo Nix or something like that.
Yeah,
with your 2nd pick.
I mean, I think in that 3rd pick, if you stay in that 3rd pick, you have to get a guy that is a beast.
The 2 most important positions right now in the offensively, I mean, probably actually in the entire team, is quarterback and wide receiver right now, right?
Quarterback, receiver, tight end. If there's
Yeah, but like a tight end, like you could, if you do like with the Patriots, they never really had a true number 1, but you had like Gronk,
who
was your number 1
and
option.
Hernandez.
So I kind of like lump tight end and wide receiver together. That's just an offensive weapon.
I mean, Hernandez was the best receiver on our team at one point.
Hernandez, if he wasn't crazy, might have went down as the best receiving tight end in the history of the game.
100%.
I mean, he was uncoverable. You couldn't cover him.
I mean, we all know the unfortunate stuff that happened, but that guy was a highlight reel of one-on-ones, breaking people's ankles.
Yeah.
Nobody could cover him. He would go up and catch everything one-handed just for fun.
Yeah. And laugh at you.
And laugh. Left hand, right hand.
Yeah.
Break, like cut. It was insane. They couldn't block, but as the game progressed.
Yeah, you had Gronk.
They
were
Gronk,
the perfect mix, though.
Dude, there was plays that they had him in running back. I think in the Super Bowl, he was in the backfield, and they did like a flip play to him.
Yep.
The dude was a freak.
Yeah.
And
that's where you get hit.
Shitty ending for all people.
That's why they have to hit though on. It's like they have to hit on quarterback, wide receiver, and tight end in this draft.
What do you think the chances? Now everyone's talking about Kansas City in the 3-peat. Would you put your money right now in Kansas City?
No. I mean, I'm not saying that they wouldn't.
They don't really have a receiving core. The guy that caught that last touchdown pass was his first reception of the year.
Yeah. No, they don't really have a receiving.
They don't have a receiving core.
No.
So you're going to have an old tight end.
Yep.
That's slowing down. I mean, he's not crazy.
They got a good running back.
Good running back. Good offensive line.
Good.
They need a receiver.
Where they won the Super Bowl though, it wasn't like before, right? Where they could outscore you. They won this Super Bowl with their defense.
I agree that the defense is good. They did.
That's the best part of their team.
They did better.
Though. That's the best part of their team.
The quarterback probably. I think now you're starting to run into the same exact thing that Bill and Tom had when, for a perfect example would be when Bill is talking to McVay before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was pissing
and he's literally like, yeah, man, I've been watching you for years. I'm looking up, blah, blah, blah. And Bill's just like, okay.
Yeah, gotcha, motherfucker.
I feel like there's an intimidation thing when you're playing against Mahomes and Andy Reid that these guys go into these games and they take their foot off the gas because they're nervous that they might screw up.
Yeah.
I think they were up 10. Weren't they up 10 at points at one point?
Yeah.
In the second half after that interception, they were up 10.
Yeah,
and they just stopped
prevent defense.
Yeah. Like I just don't understand why people go into that protection mode. The only way to win now, I would say that there's a definitely a gambling part to this. If you're Dan Campbell, right? Yeah. He had that mentality of got to keep the pedal down. You got to keep going when they're down, and he lost, and then everyone was killing him for that. So what do you want to see? Do you want to see a guy that's like, screw it, we're going to go for it, we're going to do what we do? Or are we going to...
That's two different mindsets, though, because like your defense, you're literally just playing back to prevent a big play that they don't really have any receivers to have a big play or anything. Like, just play up on them. As opposed to Campbell, that was like, it's 4th and 2, I'm fucking going for it. Like, that's a different, like, mindset in that sense. Because that's just one play versus,
Oh, but he also lost... Like, there was points on the board. You could have taken, bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
You could have taken the points on the board that were right there, and you bless you twice.
Oh, thank you.
And he didn't.
Well, here's the thing, though, is
yes,
everybody's looking for these new age offensive coaches, right? And they're all from like the Shanahan tree.
Screw playing football. I'm gonna have Everett, dude. He's good on the sticks.
I know.
He's gonna be 8 years old. I'm gonna say, dude, just be an OC.
But here's the
thing:
be
the youngest OC. Just be a nerd.
I don't know what this is. I haven't looked it up. But how many people from the Shanahan tree have won a Super Bowl in the last 10 years? Isn't it only one? McVay?
Of those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks great in the regular season, these guys, offensively, but they collapse in the playoffs every time. You can't tell me, right? If Bill Belichick wasn't the coach of the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday night, that they would not have just destroyed the Chiefs.
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
I think Andy Reid, though, is probably a better overall. You don't think so? You don't think Andy Reid? Andy Reid has the experience.
He's a good coach.
He understands. Now, okay, I think Andy Reid is probably the best of both.
Prepared everybody for every situation.
Dude, the 49ers didn't even know what the overtime rules were.
That's what I mean. But
that's terrible.
You guys knew the rules, right? Like with Bill?
Well, yeah, I mean, you knew the rules. But Bill would go over the situations and the scenarios.
But he would go over all these different
situational football.
2 minute kickoff towards the sideline, put 1 foot out of bounds, 1 foot in bounds, grab the ball. Penalty.
Yeah, yes.
Like
all that stuff
you
knew.
That stuff.
Yes, in practice.
Yeah.
And we did 2 minute before the end of the half. We did torpedo, which is get on the field quick for the field goal team, like you're ready to exchange.
That's what I mean. He worked quickly on every detail of it.
We did
so clearly
these
guys aren't.
Situational football end of the game. We did like down 4, need a touchdown end of the game.
Yeah.
Best play scenario, last play scenario on defense, on offense, all those things. We did that in practice.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that comes up. Or even at the end of the game, take a safety. If you're up, you're up 3 points. There's 5 seconds left in the game. You're backed up. You snap to the punter.
Yeah.
He takes up as much time as he can.
Yeah,
let the clock run out, and then you take a safety. Like all those things that we went over.
Well, how many times you guys drill that Malcolm Butler play?
We went through it in practice, but that was some Ernie Adams shit. That was like
I understand, but I'm talking about the entire coaching staff though. They would prepare all these different scenarios, and that's what helped win the Super Bowls.
Yes.
And I think a lot of those offensive minded guys don't do that. They're just working on those offensive plays, which win them a ton of games in the regular season. But when it comes down to the playoffs, when it is the best of the best teams putting their best foot forward, game planning and everything like that, that's where those guys fail because they don't work on all those little things. So, I mean, if Bill Belichick was the coach of the 49ers on Sunday night, the 49ers would be the Super Bowl champions.
I think Andy Reid has, what is he, 68 years old?
He's up there, yeah.
He has a good balance of old school. He was around with the old school game, but he's changed with the times.
Yeah.
He seems to be a guy that, I mean, I don't know, but he seems like a guy that's more of a player-friendly type guy, but also stern enough to...
Wasn't stern enough with fucking Kelsey.
I know, but I mean, what are you going to do right now? You bench Kelsey, you don't freaking win the game. Well, at what point do you have to just realize it's the heat of the moment, this is wrong, the guy shouldn't touch me, but if they benched Kelsey in that game and there was like a 3rd and 8 at the end of the game, right? Wasn't there a big play that he made? Yeah. If he doesn't make that play and they lose the game, how much of shit is he going to take for not playing his best players?
Yeah, no matter what it's going to be.
You got to play your best players. Yeah. And after the game, you say, dude, what the fuck are you thinking? You touch me again, I'm going to fucking trade your ass.
Might already be traded now or, worked on. The other thing I don't like is the narrative. Like everybody's talking about how great Andy Reid is now and all that. And Belichick's knock is where he won 6 Super Bowls is, he had Tom Brady. Well, Andy Reid's got Patrick Mahomes. But how come Andy Reid isn't kind of like penalized?
Well, I think
for
they
that?
talk about when he was with the Eagles and the success he had because he won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, didn't he? I think 2000. Yeah. Didn't Donovan McNabb win a Super Bowl?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't remember.
Donovan McNabb. I thought they won a Super Bowl.
I don't think they did.
3 touchdowns.
Because they lost to the Patriots.
04?
Yeah.
So what's Andy Reid's Super Bowl wins?
Just with the Chiefs.
That's it.
Yeah, I think he's 3-2, right? Lost with the Eagles and then 3-1 with the Chiefs. Is that right?
He's only 65.
Or is he 3-0 with the Chiefs?
So only Kansas City.
Yeah,
you could probably
that's what I mean.
There's an argument to be had about the only reason that he's winning is because of Patrick Mahomes.
But that's what I mean. Like that's what people now. That's the knock on Belichick, right? That he only won because of Brady. But you could say the same thing here with Andy Reid. And the thing is that I don't like about it is that Belichick won almost 3 different ways of Super Bowls, right? Because the first 3 weren't really quarterback driven, were very big defensively. Then they carded the third one, they went towards the quarterback, and then they lost to the greatest offense ever. They lost the Super Bowl, the 16-0 team, and then they dialed it back in where it was good offensively, good defensively. And then the last Super Bowl against the Rams was just was defense.
Yeah.
They won that Super Bowl defensively. So he's won it all different ways. Reid's won it one way, right? Like Mahomes is making every single play.
I agree. I think it's tough to it's hard to look at Bill and say the only reason that he was good was because of Tom. That's not true.
Yeah.
There's a combination of things. But I would say that I think Andy Reid probably has a softer approach to how he treats the veterans, the guys that he, Patrick Mahomes, for example, or Travis Kelce.
Yeah, he must.
If Travis Kelce did that to Bill Belichick, I don't think Kelce plays the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's
not on the team. He's on the plane going home.
He's going to be traded to the Cardinals or something, like some shitty spot to go to.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, it's really tough to compare the two, like Mahomes, Brady, the time that they played, the defenses that he played against, versus what they are right now.
I know.
So I don't think we'll ever know. I think in the future, if Patrick Mahomes wins 3 more Super Bowls and he ties Tom, I think that the general media will.
Tom's got 7, right?
I bet you if he wins 3 and he doesn't get 7, the media will make him the greatest.
Yeah.
They'll put that out there because it's the most recent, and it's in your face.
But it's just weird though, because the media didn't do that with Brady and Montana though.
Well, the media is different now too.
Yeah,
I feel like the way we consume media now.
Oh yeah.
From when Tom was a rookie, all the way through his whole career. I mean, that at the end of his career is similar to what it is right now.
Well, I think it's funny just watching like the highlights from like the 2000s
it's
Patriots.
pixelated.
Like it's bad.
Yeah, you can't even see the numbers.
The graphics.
Like, what's the name on the back? It looks like Madden 1995. You know, on Sega.
I know.
On Sony PlayStation.
It's like 10, 15 years ago, and it's like that.
It's like the tape
nuts.
is actually old.
It's nuts,
isn't it?
Yeah, to think that. I mean,
dude, if I post one of my like highlights from 2008, people are like, when did you play with a leather helmet? It's wild. Well, I didn't have any highlights from 2008, but say 2009.
Well, that's like kids though that say that, tell you you're born in the 1900s.
I know, which I think as a society is very scary with the freaking technology. I want to throw my phone away sometimes.
You're gonna get the Google.
Do you ever just feel like you want to take your phone and throw it and break it?
No.
I know, but I don't necessarily love that anybody can get a hold of me at any point. Anybody, you could
half
look
the
at.
time your phone's dead.
I know. I like it when it's dead. When it's dead, it's great. I can't look at it. I almost want to give up my phone for a lunch.
You're gonna get the
say call my landline.
You gonna get the Apple glasses thing?
No, those are so. You see that guy at the Celtics game?
No.
Pull up Apple glasses Celtics game. There's a guy literally in the front row of the Celtics in the game, standing up with the stupid glasses on. Looks like a complete moron. Look at this guy. Look at this idiot. Like, are you kidding me? He's playing, like, what's he doing? Oh, he's playing hoops. Okay, yeah, he's dribbling. All right. Yeah, I got it. Put me out there.
Put me out there. Floss.
Come on. Like, what is the world?
Come on, you got to do that.
No.
You got to do that. Come on.
I'm not putting those things on. Dude, like, what are they? It's like virtual reality. What the hell is he doing?
You can.
What if you get? Can you see where you're going?
Yeah, it's like it's got the opening, but you have like your desktop around there and your phone and like all this stuff that you can control.
So you're Iron Man without the iron suit.
Yeah, kind of. Just you can take your
until you're
video,
looking at something that you're not paying attention. You get freaking run over by a car or something.
You ever see the videos of like they have people in public or like not in public but in their house and they're like have the glasses on.
They won't let you drive a car with those on, right?
I don't know. There's probably no laws against it because of the new technology.
I feel like that would be a massive distraction. These are on your.
Yeah.
You're not looking at what you're doing though.
Yeah,
is that a
you can
game?
See what, yeah. Yeah, it's like see-through.
All right, so let me ask you a question. What the hell's the point of putting those on and playing it that way, or just putting it on a screen and doing it on
Because you can do multiple things on that at the same time.
How much are they?
You don't even want to know.
$3,000, $4,000?
I think they're $4,000. You gonna get a pair?
No, I won't.
I think you should.
I don't want a pair.
Try it out for like a week.
I don't want a pair. I'm sure the return policy is not, hey, try them out for a week and bring them back.
TJ will buy them from me after. He'd love them, I think. No. He'd do the whole podcast with them on.
These young kids, I don't know, man. Can you play video games on that?
Yeah. You can watch movies in 3D.
What's the difference between watching a movie that way and watching a movie on your freaking television? Is it better?
I don't know.
Okay, so what do you...
See, look, you get all the games up.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Then he's got like his Twitter feed over on the right there.
Dude, that's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Like the TV stuff is cool. So what's it linked up to? Like your...
Yeah, the internet.
Oh, he's got a... Oh,
yeah, so he's got ESPN right there. He's looking at the stats.
Really? It's got a camera courtside, and everyone can sit and watch.
Yeah.
How much you got to pay for that though? Or you got to buy the seat, and then you can eat your meal.
Yeah. Dip it in the ketchup.
It's pretty. I mean, I like that. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty cool. But the other
boy,
shit.
go to the Apple Store next?
No, I'm not doing it. It's pretty wild. Like, what's the next thing they'll come up with? Didn't that just crash and burn the Meta or something? Metasphere? What wasn't there like a world you could go into?
Yeah.
And it was like,
you ever see the thing about that Meta made these 2 artificial intelligence robots, and they had to shut it down because they eventually made their own language that nobody understood, and they were communicating with each other?
End of civilization.
Did you see the Neuralink thing? The bus thing?
Yes.
That helps with like CTE and dementia and all that.
If it helps with CT, throw a chip in my head.
You're good.
Put math, download like mathematics in a foreign language. Just throw the chip in there.
That's the VR thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Now you can look around, or is that your?
Yeah, I think you can look around.
Well, how do they do that? Because multiple people are going to want to look different ways.
Because I think they have like the 360 cameras that are there already, like taking the entire shot.
And then you look around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty sick. What if everybody stopped going courtside and all the tickets plummeted in price?
Well, that's what it was like in. That's what they had in like the NBA with COVID.
Oh, that's right.
They had like the virtual fans, like you could put like your camera up and they would put you in the stands basically.
Well, didn't they have a picture of people on cardboard?
Yeah. No, those were like video.
Cutouts of people
you could
in the
buy
stands.
a cutout. Yeah, but there was also the video ones too.
Oh, God, think about that. They played an actual football season with nobody in the stands.
That's why I feel that Tom Brady's 7th Super Bowl kind of.
Oh, you don't think it's legit? It's not a legitimate thing?
They went to Lambeau with no fans in the stands. Isn't that a whole different thing when there's fans there?
Oh, yeah, that's a big deal.
That's what I mean.
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
All right, so we have a very special guest today. The man, the myth, the legend, Danny Amendola.
Oh, boy.
He is calling in from his lovely estate in Austin, Texas. So we will talk to him soon, pick his brain a little bit about the Patriots, and he is not going to coach next year, which coaching is really tough. The hours are insane, and as a player, it's not that insane. You're just making plays. So we'll talk to Danny, and can't wait to touch base with him. And here's my guy, Danny Amendola. Toe tap, Danny. And I say toe tap. Okay, so I'm going to tell this story. And back when Danny first got here, right? You know, big free agent signing, guy's a beast. In practice, every time he goes to run a route, he smashes his toes into the ground to get his foot up into the front of his cleat. So it feels, what does it feel like? Does it feel good that way?
It was kind of like the Nomar Garcia Parra thing, I think.
It was like a tap, get your foot in there, get it real tight before you cut.
Yeah, you got to get those feet right before you get into your routes. It just was a comfort thing. I think it turned into a little nervous twitch at one point.
Do you still do that now sometimes? If you're like walking around, you feel like you're tapping your toes, you know?
I did it. I a lot of it was my cleats were I'm sorry. So
you can say fuck. We say that for it. We got the tag on there.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
They were so uncomfortable that I try to find, the end of my cleat so I wouldn't get blisters and stuff like that. So it just turned into a thing. And then Nink would make fun of me every single day.
Toe tap. I got toe tap. So like if it's a nervous habit, like if you see a bad chick and she's super hot, you're about to go talk to her, do you toe tap before you go and say hello?
Without question.
So I don't think I think the fans of the show, I want to ask Danny about your first game. We were playing in Buffalo, right?
you made a crazy catch. I think it was like third and 8 over the middle. Remember that catch?
Yeah, it was towards the end of the game. I think it was a third down to really. I think we got into field goal range.
Yeah, to win the game,
or to ice.
Yeah,
the game, and I know it was going to be a bang bang play. And I saw the safety coming down. I think it was cover one. We called it a Texas route, but it was an angle from the number 3 spot out of the bunch. And I knew the guy was sitting there waiting on me, and Tommy put it in a great spot and ended up working out. I got killed on it though.
What was the what did you do? What happened to your groin in that game? Can you explain?
So it's kind of a wild story. I knew I was young, and my groin was bothering me, all training camp, but it was going to be my first regular season game. I had a good first camp with the Patriots, and then I was going into the first game with Buffalo, and I can feel my groin. I'm like, damn it, this thing's about to pull. I can feel it. And then, sorry, I got a call. And then I couldn't sit the first game out because I would look like a pussy. And I was like, just got out of camp. And I was like, I can't miss the first game. So I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to go into it. If it tears, it tears. Screw it. So I went into the game, and I felt it go in the second quarter. Went in at halftime, took a bunch of Toradol, got it wrapped up super tight. And whoever wrapped my groin wrapped it so tight, I ended up pulling my other groin too. So I ended the game with 2 torn groins. Yeah. I think I had 11 catches for 100 yards and a W, but I sat the next 3 games out. And actually, I really wasn't the same the rest of that year. And, if I was a little bit more mature of a player and as a professional, I probably would have sat that out and got Alex to rub on it, and I would have been good to go.
Well, I just remember that game in particular because it was a hard fought. Every game in Buffalo seemed like they were it was their best game, right? And it's in Buffalo, and it was the start of the year. So Danny had just signed up. He was a free agent signing, but he was a beast. And that game we knew because I had adductor release surgery. So what they do is they cut your adductors in your groin. But what he did in the game was just did it without surgery. He just tore his adductors. So it was pretty wild that he even made that 4th down or that 3rd and 8 catch on the 4th quarter, which is insane because that's why this guy's insane. But he's definitely, we all know him as the clutch, one of the more clutch guys in big games, which I'm honored to have been teammates with my guy. Let's just tell I'm a guy that's been married a long time. Danny's, we all know he's a handsome guy. He's got a beautiful girlfriend now, right? The girlfriend, roommate, or no? Is that okay?
No,
that's not happening anymore.
I've had a great year. I no more roommate, but
okay, no more roommate.
I'll put it this way. I'll keep it lightly. I've met someone, and I'm very happy.
That's awesome. But anyway, so Danny and Julian were always having a good time, just being guys. And I was just trying to live through them. Right. So I would tell Paige, I'd be like, hey babe, I'm going to take the dog for a walk. And I would just roam around the neighborhood because Danny lived in a cul-de-sac down kind of by a bar. So I would just walk back there, and if Danny was in, I'd just pop in his house and be like, "What's up, dude?" And he'd be like, "Yo." It was always a good time.
So fun. We had a lot of fun back there. The good thing about Foxborough, it's 35 minutes from Boston. It's 25 minutes from Providence. So it's kind of a hike especially if you're a young guy. So everybody lived on the same block. It was almost like college where I moved in one of Doug King's house.
Yeah.
And, it was like everybody went over to each other's house after practice, played ping pong, played pool, chopped it up. And there was I want to say, and Nico, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was 85 to 90% of the guys lived in the same block.
Yeah. We lived off of Neff on Waxy, where there was a bar in Foxborough, and there was basically a cul-de-sac where Gronk, Dane, Dola, Shane, myself, Ryan, Pat Chung, Mallet, rest in peace. Mayo was Chandler. Mayo was my neighbor. We had a ton of people just right there. Mike Wright, I think Mike was gone by the time you came in, but it was fun because after games, we would just usually go back to a bar that's not there anymore, but we'd have a good time and you just walk home. But so question for you. I think the fans want to know, are you gonna indulge in coaching for the Patriots, or are you good on the coaching thing for a little bit?
I think I'm good on the coaching thing for a little bit. I wanted to get in and kind of see what it was all about. I obviously we all love the game and we love being around the guys. I wanted to go in and feel if I felt, any of that competitive juice on game day. And it was there, but it's so hard to replace, actually playing the game where, a lot of it felt like work and a lot of it felt, like it's just hard to replace that feeling you get of that competitive nature when you're not playing. So, I'm really glad I did it. I think I retired my whistle for now. And I'm gonna kind of start getting back into real estate here in Austin. I've been doing real estate here for the last 4 or 5 years, and since COVID, the market has really blown up here. A lot of people moving in here to Austin, and building houses here, and trying to be my own boss and get find a good gym and get my work in the morning. Have my meetings mid-morning and then be on the lake by 2:00. So.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice schedule there. Now, I would say drawing up cards at 11 o'clock at night, maybe until 1 in the morning, and having to repeat that over and over and over again. I don't think people realize the time commitment there to coaching. That's why I tip my hat to the coaches and how long they're in the building. But for guys that played, the game's pretty damn easy.
No doubt. That's really that's the first thing I learned getting into coaching is like, okay, now you're there before they get there. Obviously you get there at like 6 in the morning, you prepare your meetings. You get the guys come in, you get your meetings done, you get on the field, you have your post practice meetings, and then they leave, and then it turns into a whole new day. And it turns into, okay, now we got to prep for the year, the draft, the combine, who we're scouting, and it's a year-round thing. These guys are already back in the building now. So it's almost like these coaches are like CSI, NFL, and they're like trying to crack the code for like the next best thing in football. And it's hats off to these coaches, man. They work literally around the clock. There'd be guys up there, that have just got married, have 1-2-year-old children at the house, and they get there at 5 in the morning. They don't get home till midnight, and I'm like, dang, man, like as a player, I kind of always told our coaches, I'm like, hey, I don't know why y'all stay here so late. We're just like, give us the plays. We'll take care of all this stuff for you anyway.
Yeah.
And it's just a testament to how hard they work, how serious they take football, and they make the league go around. So, I'm really glad I got the opportunity to do it and be immersed in that coaching world. And, we had a great stadium out in Vegas last year. The stadium was always packed. Oftentimes in our stadium too, in Vegas last year, we'd have to practice noise going into the game, because we knew if we say we played the Packers that day, that Green Bay was going to travel well, and half the stadium, if not more, was going to be their fans that want to get out of Appleton, Wisconsin, come to Vegas, party for 2 days, rip the game, be loud as hell, give us a hard time at our own stadium, and then get out. So every week was like that, really. But no, it was a great opportunity. It was a great experience. I got to be around a lot of guys we played with, Ninko, Brandon Bolden, Philip Dorsett, to name a few. But there's, it's a lot of hours, a lot of burning the midnight oil, and to not get out there and to like get that release of playing on game day, that competitive nature. It was hard, man. So what I'm gonna do now is get back into real estate, kind of, I could try to ride this market out a little bit and then be my own boss, which is cool.
Hey, bro, I love it. I think that's a great idea. You got to give it a shot.
Got to.
I want to ask a couple questions and I'll let you go. I know you got a lot of shit to do. At number 3 for the Patriots, what do you think they should take at 3 in the draft?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they take Drake, that kid out of North Carolina, that quarterback. I think he's going to be a high pick. He put a bunch of good numbers up. I know his senior year he was balling, and he can throw a good ball. He seems to be smart. I don't know what kind of offense they're running at North Carolina, but he has NFL type athletes around him. I think that would be a good pick for him.
And last question. Do you think Bill Belichick will win 15 more games and be a head coach again in the league?
He's put in, an amazing body of work, obviously the best ever or one of the best ever to do it. I know he's chasing that record. I know, he wants to be the best of the best, not only, in everybody's mind with the rings but stat wise too. I know he says stats are for losers, but I feel like that's one that
that's what he told us when he was negotiating with us, right? Yeah. I don't give a shit about your stats.
Yeah,
oh,
I know.
Man. Well, you got anything, Daniel?
You gonna watch the Dynasty thing that's coming out on Apple here on Friday?
Of course, man. I mean, I think they got a bunch of great people. I interviewed for that for a day out in Boston. It seems like they're putting something really good together. I haven't seen any previews to it yet, but I'm excited to see what comes out, see what comes about.
What was better, filming for that or 80 for Brady?
Oh man, no question.
80 for Brady, right? Those old ladies loved you guys.
80 for Brady was great. They got it. We got our own trailer. We felt like movie stars.
Wow. No, Julian is a movie star. Julian, he thinks he's a Hollywood movie star, doesn't Julian think?
No question.
Until they give him a script and he can't memorize it.
He thinks he's a mixture of Jean-Claude Van Damme and Bruce Willis, I think.
Especially with all the chest hair he's got right now. He's
been rocking these wife beaters lately.
He looks like the lead singer for Queen right now.
That's terrible.
Why not? He looks like he's just got the wife beater on. He's got the freaking Robin Williams chest hair hanging out everywhere.
Hamburger meat.
Arm hair, leg hair. Dude's hairy as hell. Yeah. He's a squirrel.
No question. He's rocking the tucked in wife beater with like old rack black belt. I'm like, bro, you're rich. Like, get some clothes.
Well, he is in Cali, so he wants to look the part, I guess.
No doubt.
A lot of homeless around there. Anyway, thanks, Dola. I love you, brother.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Love you, brother.
As always, enjoy that Texas weather. It's nice and cold up here in New England. You know that. But talk to you soon. I appreciate the time, bro.
Love you, boys. Huge fan of the show. Keep rocking.
All right. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
See you, Dola.
Love you, boys.
See ya.
All right, that was good.
We got to do an exit, though, right?
Yeah, we got to do an exit.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can take this thing off.
Oh, yeah. I like hearing myself talk. Anyway. All right, that was Danny Amendola. You heard it from him. He's not going to coach for the Patriots. He's not coming back to New England, and he's going to get into real estate.
Yeah, it's like every single time there's like a former player available or like a spot available, it's always like this person's coming back. This one's coming back. This one's coming back.
Well, I think he's going to be in Texas, but
it doesn't sound like he's coming back.
He's not coming back.
Sorry,
everybody, for busting the bubble. I appreciate this season. We had a great time. That's a wrap on episode 125. Next week, I'm going to take the kiddos to Marco for winter break.
Going away again?
Huh?
Going away again? Wow.
Yeah, going away again. Well, let's see, winter break. You got to take the kids. You got to take them out. Hey, just the unemployment. That's what it is.
I know.
Just digging myself in a hole.
Vacations.
And, pretty soon everyone will just be burying me. It's all good.
Yeah,
right.
we'll take probably a little bit off, and then we'll be back talk about like draft, free agency,
Draft,
stuff
free
like
agency.
That is the biggest.
All the shit.
Like that's gonna be.
It's the biggest
crazy
year ever for them, for the Patriots.
Well, it's a crossroads.
It's a crossroads.
Or either
it's either go right or
it's either
fall off a cliff.
It's either 9 wins over the next 5 years, or like maybe back to playoffs within 2 years.
Well, you will see, everybody.
We'll see. Just follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Subscribe to YouTube, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right, take care.